group number 5, and the first PPT is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I request you to kindly present this. I'll just make it into PowerPoint mode.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, good evening, actually, all who are present in this session. Uh, I'll be presenting this reading club activity for our book. Next slide, sir, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So our team members were Dr. M.S. Patil, sir, our head of department, Sachin Magdum, sir, Vilba Patil, madam, and myself. Uh, we will be having a book review of a very renowned book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which is written by Stephen Covey. This book basically, thank you, sir. To give a brief about when it is published, it actually published in the year of 1989, and the pages were around 381 pages. This book is basically to tell you about the personal development and how you can maintain self-discipline, and which will lead you to do wonders. As in, it can be in technical aspect or in management aspect. So in both the cases, you need to have the self-discipline, and you should have this skills, interpersonal skills, which will help you in growing as a person as well. So the excerpt of this book, that means the so please previous slide. So actually this particular book gives you the powerful lessons to bring about personal change. So as someone said that sow a thought, reap an action, sow an action, reap a habit, sow a habit, reap a character, and sow a character, reap a destiny. So this particular book basically tells you about the habits that you need to inculcate, so that it will help you in personal change. It also sheds some light on habits that need to be inculcated, that I just mentioned, and it actually gives you a perfect plan to implement the habits in our daily life. So next slide, sir. Thank you. So basically, there are 7 habits, and the first 3 habits, which is given in the book, that basically talk about moving from dependence to independence. The first habit that we need to inculcate in ourselves is like be proactive. uh, so take the responsibility for your reaction to the experiences. Take the initiative to respond positively. Improve the situation. See, being a proactive is like you are responsible for whatever the actions you are taking. So take that responsibility, that whatever is happening to me is because of my personal what do you say, my personal actions. So take the responsibility for that and move forward. So this is the uh, quality that you need to have, so that you can be proactive in daily life. The second particular habit is begin with the end in mind. So this particular habit talks about have some vision about what you are doing in daily life. So if you set goals, or if you have something in mind that down the 2 years, down the 3 years, I'll be here or I'll be there. So all these things you need to have in your mind, so that it will definitely help you in planning for the future, or having a particular plan so that you can go about it. See, all these are seems to be very theoretical things, but if you do it rigorously, and with some kind of vigor in you, then it will definitely help you to inculcate. So the begin with end in mind tells you about plan your actions accordingly. So if you set a goal, then you can have a particular plan to achieve that goal. So this particular habit tells you about start with some kind of goal in your mind, so that you can reach there. Next slide, please, sir. The third quality or the third habit that you need to have is first things first. So you can see a quadrant here. There are 4 quadrants. It is divided into uh, uh, 4 parts, which is quadrant 1 tells you about urgent and important. So these, whatever comes under this particular quadrant, you need to do it first. I mean, you should not be lazy enough, or you should not give any excuses that I can't do it or I won't do it. Whatever things comes under this particular quadrant, which says that it should be urgent and important, you should do it. Then the second quadrant tells you about not urgent but it is important, so plan accordingly. You can write that down and you can do it afterwards, but plan for that. The third quadrant tells you about urgent but not important, so delegate it. That means do it but have some patience about it. And the fourth quadrant tells you about not urgent, not important. So basically, the author tells that we people in common, we actually stuck in the quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. So we should focus on quadrant 1 and 2 more often than quadrant 3 and 4. So first things first tells you about what is urgent and important. Do those things first, and then move on to the others. Next slide, please, sir. Now, the last, the next 3 habits actually tells you about the interdependence. See, whenever you work in office or in any kind of institution, always think about win-win. Whenever you are in a group, always think about the group goals rather than individual goals. See, you can always have your individual goals, but think about how these individual goals will help your group as a team. So this particular fourth habit is about think win-win. It's not a quick fix technique. It is a character based code for human interaction and collaboration. See, whenever you are in a group, you need to interact with each other, you need to collaborate with each other in order to achieve some kind of goal as a group. So always think about win-win. This will definitely help you in growing as a person. Then the fifth quality is about seek first to understand and then to be understood. See, they always say that be a good listener and then you will be a good leader. So always try to listen to what the others are saying rather than just imparting whatever you have heard. So see, there is a difference between listening and hearing. Hearing is just you are just whatever the words are there, you are just getting it in, but you are not working on it. And listening is about what you say, very keen kind of listening, as in you are working on it when you are listening it. So first seeks to understand the person who is talking to you, and then give your opinion. So this is one of the habits that the author talks about. Then the sixth habit is synergize. Combine the strength of the people to achieve goals through positive teamwork. See, that is what I was telling you. When you think about win-win, when you seek to understand and then to be understood, then the author says that synergize. Always focus on the strengths of the people who are around, make use of those strengths, and then lead that particular group. So always focus on the positive things that will help you in achieving the goal. And the last one is sharpen the saw. See, sometimes what happens is we usually do things, but if we don't do it continuously or rigorously, then there is a possibility that sometimes we forget about that particular quality which is hidden. But that is what the author says, that sharpen the saw. Always try and continuously learn something about that particular subject. See, if we want to tell in our context as a technical people, we always try to learn new things from our subjects. That is what the author is telling here. Sharpen the saw. That means be a student all the time. Don't hesitate about being a student all the time. So that this is what author wants to say. Balance and renew resources, energy and health to create sustainable, long term and effective lifestyle. So this is how you can have these 7 habits, I mean, you can always practice these 7 habits, and it will definitely help you in being a good person in life. So this book tells you to progress yourself from dependence through independence onto interdependence. So I would really recommend this book to read by all our I mean all our colleagues, because when I was in Ericsson, I did a course on this also, 7 habits, which is actually of Franklin Covey. He has modified this particular mm, program, but this will definitely help you in inculcating these habits. So this is about the first book of our group. Then I think, sir, you also have the second PPT, no?
Yes, yes. I'll just share it. Just give me a minute.
Yeah.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Please continue.
Yeah, yeah. Just yeah, yeah. Thank you. Next slide, please. Yeah. So in this, in same two, we were people. Again, Dr. M.S. Patil sir, Sachin Magdum sir, and myself. This time we chose a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This particular guy, Dale Carnegie, is actually a kind of a guy who used to take the business programs. I mean, he used to conduct all these business programs for the people, business education courses, and this particular book is actually released in the year of 1912. So you can just see that how old this book is. But this particular book exceptionally well in terms of how to behave with the people around you. That means which kind of skills that you need to have in order to be likable in a group or be a leader in a group. So this particular book tells you about the 6 ways how to make people like you. Next slide, sir. Hello.
Ah,
Yeah, so that is what I was telling you. It's a powerful tool to deal with people from all walks of life. It's not about technical or management or any other aspect of life, but it is from all walks of life. You can, yes, sir. Somebody, RT Patil sir is writing something.
what happened?
So previous slide, please. So the second point here, insights into the lessons learned through the experience of eminent people. So this book basically summarizes all the experiences from the past leaders like Abraham Lincoln, Franklin Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, Napoleon Bonaparte. So all these leaders, how they manage their people and how they made use of some of the qualities which are inherent in them and how they have used those qualities in becoming good leaders. This is what is explained in this book. So that is the reason why it is given as how to win friends and influence people. So influence people part is about how to be a leader or how to make people like you and how to get the work done from them. So that is about the second point. There are also successful stories in dealing with toughest of the experiences in the life of common people. There are also some experiences shared by the people and how this particular book has helped common people also in dealing with their daily life problems regarding how to deal with the people around you. So this book especially about how to deal with people, how to behave with people, and how which are inherent skills in you that can be made use of to influence the people or to be a leader in a group. So next slide, please, sir. So these things basically are the highlighted points of the book. The first is become genuinely interested in other people. See, this is a very important quality, being like, not just what this author says is, don't just give just comment about a particular thing. Be genuine about that particular comment. What he says, there is a peculiar thing about it is like, don't just appreciate, genuinely appreciate the work of the others. It will definitely help you see what even in this book it says that the karma, whatever you give, that comes back to you. So be genuinely interested in people, so that the others people will also be genuinely interested in you. The second thing is smile. The author says that it's just a 5-letter word, but it can do wonders. See, even if in the toughest situation, if you smile, see, this particular point is also related with the spiritual thing. He has not mentioned it, but I have experienced it. Because when you smile, it automatically have some kind of changes in the neurons, and it will definitely help you to do positive things. So what this author says is, even if in the toughest situations, just smile, it can do wonders. See, there are some experiences he has shared with the people who actually have practiced this in the daily life, and it definitely helped them in having a positive inclination towards the life. Then the third one is, remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and the most important sound in any language. See, in this particular point, he has given a example of Napoleon, how he used to remember the names of the people who he works with. Even Abraham Lincoln and Theodore Roosevelt, these two eminent people, used to remember the names of the people who they used to work with. So these people have remembered the names even of the maids who are working for them, and that particular thing did wonders. Being, you know, even those people who actually work with them, they appreciated this quality in Theodore Roosevelt or Abraham Lincoln or Napoleon, because that is what this author says, that the person's name to that person is the sweetest and the most important sound in any language. See, even in our daily life, if we take a name of a person properly, then that particular thing gives the other person a very what do you say, some kind of importance. That person feels very nice about himself. So this particular thing imparts some kind of positivity. So this quality in eminent people, how this quality had given those people some kind of plus things in their routine. That is what the author actually wrote about that. Then be a good listener, encourage others to talk about themselves. See, this is also, I think we have seen this particular habit in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Same thing is given by the two authors, the same thing. So be a good listener, and then you can say whatever you want, so that you will respond properly and positively. The second last is talk in terms of other person's interests. See, sometimes what happens is, whatever we are interested, we tell the people or whoever we are interacting with, but we hardly thinks about what the other person's interest also. See, I'm talking in general sense. It is not about technical or management thing, but in general, when we interact with each other, we always, I mean, you can examine yourself or introspect at how we always talk in terms of our interest. But what this author says is, if you talk in terms of the other person's interest, then it will definitely help you in becoming very friendly with that particular person. And the last one is, make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. This is the most important quality which was there in Abraham Lincoln. What he has given the experiences of in the life of Abraham Lincoln, that how he used to give importance to the people, and he always tried to think in terms of how they will think. So that is always important, to give importance to the other people. I mean, if credit is of yours, it's fine that if you give the credit to the others, it will definitely help in doing the teamwork. So this is what the author tells you about these are the qualities that you need to have in you, so that you will be likable by the people around you, and it will definitely influence the people around you. So how to become a leader and also how to be a team player, this is what is the summary of this particular book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Next slide, sir. So this is, thank you so much. So these are the two books we read, and we have got the presentation for you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was very nice one.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to say something, or otherwise we'll stop here and end this meeting, because all the groups are over and all the books are clear now.
Ranjit sir, I want to speak something.
Sir, please.
Very nice presentations done by all. I have listened to all the presentations. Very fantastically done. The last presentation, Aniket had done it so nicely.
Right, sir.
Really amazing.
Right.
Thank you,
So I thank all the presenters, all the faculties who today who attended the sessions. All the presentations were